we're back, part 3. I just realized you can't pause the video and get out of the camera and answer a text message. It just stops the camera altogether. Anyways, what we were talking about is getting ridiculous because I think I'm saying everything so many times. We're going to tuck this bumper in a little bit more, but it doesn't have enough holes. So what we have to do is we have to mark the holes and drill them with a drill. With a drill? With a drill? With a drill. No shit. Yeah. Yeah, man. If you're going to drill them, you got to use a drill. You drill them with your teeth. So take the screws out, push it in all the way in. Push, push, push. It doesn't want to go because the thing is in the way, so the tow hitch is making it, well, that's not bad. I'm gonna leave it like that. The tow hitch is hitting this piece. I could either cut some of the tow hitch off, which is the best way to go, or cut some of that cross member part, which is not the best way to go because weaken everything. But anyways, so if you can see, there's no holes here. There's adjustment holes, but only go like that far. So you push it all the way in. Now you're gonna have to drill a hole there. But for God's sake, don't do it while it's in the plastic because you're gonna ruin the threads and your little grub screw, your grub pin screw, your grub doobie-doo is not gonna go to have anything to thread into. So what I do is I take a small Phillips, or if you got a punch is the best way to do it. I take a small Phillips. There we go. That one's too big. I take a small motherfucking Phillips. Now I'll make sure that my piece is in correctly. There we go. Make sure my piece is in correctly. I'll just make a mark. There we go. And in doing that, you push really hard. It's just aluminum. While you're in doing that, well shit, where did my drill bit go? In doing that, you make a little punch and a guide for the drill to follow, because you know drilling a hole in a round object or in like a cylinder can suck, because it wants to walk off of your project, and then you wind up having a hole that isn't in line, true. Your hole's not square. This way, your hole's in the right spot where it's supposed to go. Looks good to me. And it follows that little dent. I'm gonna edit that part out. I pushed too hard. Don't push. Let the drill do its thing. We're gonna have to repunch it. Punch it in the face. So I'm gonna support the bumper with something. Then I'm gonna grab the punching doohickey, pull the plastic off the end of the thing. Hold your screwdriver and give it one good thwack. That went right where it's supposed to. There's someone coming out the front door. I think someone needs to be shot right now. Sadie? You away from the cat. Alright. Made a punch. No one was here. We did this hole too. Heck yeah. Now my bit will follow. Oh, so much better. And you don't gotta push very hard. Let the drill do the work. And just check it from all angles as you're going. Make sure it's straight up and down. Doing that center punch and marking your hole properly. Now you know what? That's not even. I'm not even doing it the proper way. I mean, if a machinist or some sort of metalwork guy would be like, "Nah, man, doing it all wrong. You got to bust out the calipers and when you punch it, you have to brace the piece, and then you're drilling it by hand. You should be drilling it, put it in the drill press." Well, I got a drill press. It's right there, and it's a little Dremel one, and it's pretty decent, but it's full of stuff. This is so much easier. Make sure the drill's in forward gear. Don't gotta add any lube or nothing to it. It's aluminum. It's gonna go through. You could fucking chew a hole in this thing with your teeth. Almost through. Look at that, and I only barely poked a hole in my drill bit case, so I'm pretty much an expert. All right, now. Usually I just take this and all over the table, but today, since you guys are watching, I'm gonna put it there. Look, I barely did it. Look, 2 holes. That one went a little bit deeper. That was the last one. Barely. Come on. There we go. I gave it the blow. You wanted to see it. Oh, I did it again. So now, that's not it. Now, boom. Look at that. Ah, it's perfect. It's almost like fucking factory. Why they don't put the holes going the whole way through the thing, I don't know. Maybe to make the piece stronger, then they should give you a couple extra pieces of aluminum. So now when we put the body on, where'd it go? Huh? It's gonna look so much better. Wait a minute. Here we go. Wait a minute. There it is. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at the tuck. The pins aren't in yet. There you go. Look at the tuck. It goes right in the crotch. There's a little bit. It could go farther. It could go farther, but then you lose the step. And then also it has a little hole drilled in it for the whip. If you want a whip antenna. Or no, that's what this is for. These are for the whip antennas. This might be for a gate that you can install that holds the spare tire, which I'm thinking of getting. And my other one, I didn't have this thing on here, and I actually took the bed cage off. No, I left it on, and I had a spare tire holder that sat in the bed of the truck that held the tire like that, like a Baja truck. It was pretty cool. It's pretty cool, man. This one I don't. This one's gonna be more overlandish, and this is just temporary. And so are these gas cans, because they look basic, and the jack on the inside. Very basic. The sand mats, those look okay. But I'm not a huge fan. So if I keep that like that, there's a good chance I could rip out the wires when I do my thing. So I'll worry about that later. Now onto the front bumper. The main thing I wanted to see was, does this winch, it's a Yeah Racing winch. Now it's not as good looking as the licensed winch from Warren. Ew, and it comes with a toggle switch. That's gross. Okay. So, it does have a cable though, like a real cable spooled up. That's not braided line. That's a cable. That's a cable. Does it fit? Holy shit. It doesn't fit. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. It fits at an angle. This bar is in the way. Let's flip the chart. Let me put this ugly winch on here. Let's take the roller off and screw that to the roll to there. That's ugly. If it was here, it looks better on this one. But we're gonna have to do some tweaking. 12 minutes already. You guys are still watching me. I did the old tuck trick on this one too, where you put the drill the holes on this one, because this one stuck out even farther than it does now, and I think that's ugly. So I drilled some holes. Bolts and holes. Bolts and holes. Where'd the bag go with the... Here it is. I don't know, man. I'm not 100% excited about it, but... it might turn out better than the other one. I'm gonna wire the winch up eventually. Let's hope this one has enough tuck, but also it's far forward enough to not interfere with the grill. I don't want that to be all mashed up and pushed against it. It won't look real. Ooh, these threads are not happy. I'm gonna break this bolt. Oh fuck yeah. It's gonna break. It's gonna break. Don't break in there. That would really ruin everything. New threads better than old, baby. Oh my gosh. Ooh, it does. It tucks right up against it. That's nice. Now what the fuck we're gonna do about this thing? It's even got the notch out. It's got the notch for the roller, for the winch. And here's the Yeah Racing winch. It's metal. It's gonna have to hang off the back a little bit. It's just I mean, that's It's just the way it is. Let's put some screws in it. Let's see what it looks like when it's on all the way. I think it's too close. Yes, it is. That is way too close. Maybe not. Yes. Entirely too close. Maybe not. Maybe that's right where it needs to be. But then the winch ain't gonna fit back there. So it needs to come off a little bit more. One more hole. One more hole. It comes out one. That was one. That's pretty sharp. That's looking good. It's nice and tucked in. It's not going to, the tires come out almost, if something comes, it's a little flat on the bottom, but I'd rather have it kind of like a quarter round or something on the bottom there to push it up. Get the tires on everything. Anyways, what are we doing? Pay attention, Matthew. Put the winch in the truck on the bumper. There we go. And it fits like that. And it's gonna look like that. This wire's gonna come down like that. That's what it's gonna have to be, man. So the second hole, oh no, it does touch the grill. Third hole, maybe. I don't like that. Can we grind this out a little bit more? That's what we're gonna do. Found a solution to something that shouldn't have been a problem in the first place. This way we can keep it at the second hole. I'm going to grind this part right here to probably about back here and just get rid of that. This way, the winch, the entire winch, will be able to come onto the platform. It's going to be off center. It's going to be off center, but it is what it is. And then all my holes will line up. Well, those two on the back. I have to take the things off to get them on there. Okay, so that's just the way it is. It's just the way. Grindy, grindy, grindy. Fuck, I hate grinding new stuff. I'm not even gonna paint it. It's gonna look okay. Otherwise, it has to sit way back, all the way the fuck back here. And the bumper has to come all the way out. Plus, I'm gonna have to drill holes and everything. Or is it supposed to go like that? If it goes like that, it's not in the way of nothing. I'm pondering here. And then it's center. grind it. Grind it and hit it with a Sharpie. No one will ever know. If you don't want to wear safety glasses, just make sure the wheel's spinning in the other direction. Still gonna have to drill holes, but that's okay. Now, so see there? I'm gonna get a file. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit, just a little bit. Do it with the wheel, but like we said, it's aluminum. And a flat file will make short work. Almost done. And you can make more precise cuts. I only nicked it a little bit there. If I use the Dremel and the Dremel walked on me, I did get it with the cutoff wheel there. But I have some stain, or what's just as good is a Sharpie. If you can find one in my house, because my boys all of my shit, don't they, Sadie? Don't they, Sadie bugs? Those boys that take all my stuff. So I gotta hide it. Now, sure, this is going to wear off in time. But you know what else is gonna wear off in time? All the other fucking paint that's on it. Because I'm gonna use the shit out of this truck. It's gonna be abused. Should have cleaned all the metal off of it before I did this, but boom. Can you even tell which side I cut? I can. It's this side. Why don't you put an angle in it like the other side? Because I don't fucking want to. Now, look at that. The roller sits right up against it. Still allows it to roll. And the friggin' thing looks amazing. Oh yeah. So now I'm going to take my X-Acto knife? Golly, sorry guys. My brain. I'm too excited. Because I love fabricating. Especially on tiny trucks. Like fabricating on my excursion. It's a lot of fun. It also kind of sucks. Because what fucking bolts do they want you to use? Oh shit, no way. That's what they want you to do? No, okay. They don't even give you nuts. Nuts. Was this supposed to be threaded? No. So what we have to do now is we're gonna take... Oh shit. You drove those fucking screws home like an animal. Is it gonna come out? Yes. Sometimes new threads aren't better than old. Yeah, brush stuff. Slow down. I'm taking the pins out so I can drill. I marked my holes now. Those new shiny spots. That's where my hole is gonna go. Around that area in that vicinity. Probably right in the center of that mark because the winch has a slot, so the winch can slide back and forth as it pleases. But this doesn't need to. Now I need to find something to brace it while I whack it and center punch it, because this is very important. It's already being fabricated so much. This desk that I have really kind of sucks. I have the other one, but I went to plug it in and my wife has unplugged the extension cord from the wall. Love it when you smack something with a hammer and 5 things fall over. Now that drill bit is too big, so we're going to take it down a size. And I got these, I don't know where I got these from, but they are some of the best drill bits I've ever had. They're hardened, and they get really, 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 really small too. See the small ones in there? Not small enough to do carburetor work, but small enough, smaller than any hardware I have that is that size. Oh yeah, beautiful. Right on the edge too. This one is in a little bit farther. It's just the way it wants to sit. I'm not going to fight it or force it. I'm just going to let it do what it wants to do. I think I'm going to put the bolts. I'm definitely going to go. Yeah. Bolts are going to go from the bottom up, so they're not in the way. I got a ton of nuts and bolts. I'm gonna need some Loctite. Yes, sir, Bobby Diddle. Blue. $2mm hex. $2mm by 8. There we go. Allen. Got the Allen heads on them. And we're only putting 2 in. Yep, it fit. So this is the nuts I'm using, these are the bolts I'm using. Now, get my needle nose to start them with, or actually, I'm going to get my, whatever you call these things, hemostats, hemoglobins. They were really good for starting kind of bolts. And for getting into ridiculously tight places as well. Trying to get tiny bolts into tight places. There we go. Now we're going to tighten it all the way up. Do a little test drip because this stuff likes to sometimes come out like fucking. And I'm using a lot of it. Way too much. Much too much. Then I get my Allen. Make sure it's positioned where I want it. See what I'm saying? This one is a little bit closer to the edge, and this one, it's just the way it wanted to sit. Doesn't really make the winch sit that much crooked. You can see this roller compared to that roller. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Oh my god, I freaked out. I almost thought I just installed the winch upside down somehow. Wow, that is very neurodivergent of me. Alright, now let's see if my sticks fit back in. Perfect. Kind of. It's a little tight. Maybe with some persuasion. 30 minutes. Wow. If anybody's still watching this. So I put the mounting doohickeys on. That one with the new threads in it, that one went in pretty decent. Not like that though. It is tight. When it fucking corrodes and seizes in there and I never get it off again, then only then I worry about that shit. Clean shirt, I'll put that away later. Oh.